And I don't know what the measurements equal out to with 340 and 50. No, 330 and 40. I don't know. I'm not sure in square footage what that equates to for like hour times versus days. But I know they're trapped in there together for 40 days and 40 nights. And then it even went past that because they went past the 40 and 40 and they still had to wait a little while. The Bible says that he made the rainwater stop. The flood waters stopped, but it didn't recede yet. But I know he had a promise. Right? Right? Right?
Yeah.
He had a promise. What was the promise? I can't hear you.
That he never flooded again.
That he will never again destroy the world by flood again. But he didn't destroy it by flood. He destroyed it with the earth. That's the difference. It's I'll destroy them with the earth. But I look at that on tonight and I realize that God destroyed the man, not men.
The man.
Singular, not plural. And I wonder who the man was. Right? We subscribe that the entire world was millions and millions of people, but Noah didn't have to preach to nobody. It says, I regret making the man. I wonder who that is.
The serpent.
Hmm?
I wonder if it was the serpent.
Well, that's a serpent. That's not a man. So I'll put enmity between his seed and your seed. That he'll bite and it categorizes what a man is and what an animal is. I'm not sure who the man is, right? Not sure who the man is. But I got to tell you that Noah finds himself on the right side of a bad situation. I don't know if this is his brother who is the man, but I know he's left on the outside and Noah is in the inside. So tonight I wanted to talk about the other me. The other me. And I know I can be relative to somebody who finds themselves saying, Doc, I know what that's like. It's not bipolar. It's just by person. That depending on who I'm in front of, I can either be saved or I can be sinful. It don't matter what clothes I wear. It's the environment that I'm put in, that I perform to, that I can either cuss you or pray for you. It says it is two of me. You got to understand that I think Noah stands at this pause and clause here in the text. It says that one of them found favor. Noah did. And we cap off on that, but we never really look at the text. For God said he regretted making not men, the man. Yeah. I'm trying to understand why Noah found favor and the man was regretted. But I'm reminded of the story of Cain and Abel, where the sacrifice to give was not that it wasn't pleasing, he just didn't want to repeat it, so it was not accepted. One killed the other. It says, before I look at this happen again, I'll destroy it. It's the other me that hinders me. That God has to go back to before he hurt me and allow me to see how I hinder me. You don't believe it? It says that he's walking with him. It says, I'm going to occupy your time while I deal with your other side. Well, you got to begin to do inner work. You got to take something that's foreign to you and begin to build on it. What am I talking about? You got to go to school and sharpen your mind. You got to be going to pick up a skill or a hammer or some kind of trade and sharpen your skill. You can't just come here and say, God, this is all I know here. God stretches you. He stretches you, not for you, but for the people you'll lay down and birth that's connected to you. And I think Noah stands at a confusing place. You're going to destroy the people, but I found favor. And on tonight, I don't know what you've been through. I don't know what place you've been in. I don't know where it started raining or flooding on you. But I got to tell you that the only reason you're facing the flood is because you found favor. You were favored to survive it. That's why you ain't died to it. That's why you didn't give up before you came out of it. That's why all of the weight that was on you couldn't kill you. That's why being stuck in there with them was not the end of you. Because God found favor not in you, just on you. It's on you. It's on you. See, that's the term. It's on you. You gotta know that tonight it's on you. That God walks with you and talks with you, not because of what you did, but because of what's on. What's on you? What's on you? What's on me is the anointing. What's on me is the grace and the gift. But I know Noah's father was somebody who came from Adam, the one who God shaped and formed by hand. So if it's not because of me, it's because of my daddy. It's because of my daddy's daddy. It's because of the ones who were before me praying for me. That God saved him when I couldn't pray for myself. I'm talking to somebody whose grandmother's been praying them through. That the only reason that you ain't stressed out by every stroke that's been supposed to come to you, every man that mistreated you, every job that played the hell out of you, every situation where you doubted you, the reason you ain't gave up to it is because of some grandmother, some grandfather, there's been some mother on her knees praying that you hold on, that you find help in him, that you wouldn't let go or give up to it. You got to know that God found favor on you, not because of you, but because who was praying over you. He says, go into the boat, and this is what I want you to do. I just shut the door. Noah said, God, I can't do it. It's too big for me. It's going to save my entire family. But it's too big for me. This is after all the animals come in 2 by 2. Are you over there working 2 jobs? You over there going to 2 churches, trying to please the husband and the stepmama. You trying to play both sides of the field. You trying to cook turkey and meatless turkey. You trying to maintain. Keep a smile on your face while you're falling apart on the inside. They came in 2 by 2. So you had to cage him up. Not know what the wife did. You ever had to cage up your feelings? Because you couldn't say nothing because people connected to you didn't have time to hear you. You connected to husbands and wives who are so called into the fulfilling the calling that they can't hear you hurting. So she had to lock them up. Not the Bible, my story. She had to put them in cages, in tents. That's what he said. God says, put tents inside of the boat so that they'll be able to have room to go into. But somebody had to man it. You in there with animals trying to find out when my husband gonna see me. You in there dealing with monkey stuff, trying to find out when your wife gonna hear you. And it seems like every time you cry out, it's being muffled by the sound of something wild in your background. I'm talking to mamas who have kids that just won't be quiet. I'm talking to daddies who's trying to get work done and you can't find no silence. I'm talking to people who have voices in their head trying to find a sense of peace but can't find no silence or relief. She had to lock them up, cage them. And then the rainwater started. The flood started rising. And for 7 days it's raining. But Noah can't get the boat door closed. I felt that for some reason. You ever been about to walk into the promise? and you actually get in there, it seems like you're about to lose it. You don't know what I'm talking about. We got the house, but 2 months are coming up, and I'm not sure. God, can you close it? You have the relationship. It started. We're at a point now where, God, I'm not sure. Can you fix it? I got the kids that I've been praying for. God, release them and birth them, and he does it. But I'm not sure. You got the business or the job. We're legit.
Yep.
I'm not sure how we're going to make it because it seemed like we should quit. Can you work it? And I can imagine he's there sweating. I imagine it's hot because the pressure is on him. Everybody's looking at him. Ain't nobody offering to help him. It's hard being here. You got the headache. You got the heart palpitations. You got the stress in your neck. You got your roots growing out. You done lost all of your edges. You ain't got no kind of sanctity or security of your mind around you, and nobody steps up to help you. You can't get nobody to sweep off the porch, clean out the attic. God, I just need you to help me. I don't need a rainbow. I don't need a window. You give me a chandelier, I'll hang somebody from it. You give me a window and I'll throw somebody out of it. If you give me an outlet, I'll plug somebody into it. I need you to close the door. And notice everybody else is blocked from getting into the ark, but the door is not closed. It says, I need you to see this. They look at you and doubted you the entire time you were building, calling it crazy. It was stupid. Ain't nobody ever done nothing like that looked like you. You too small to do something like that. It says, I left the door open on purpose. I gave you a task that was too big for you, so you would forfeit it. And I would do it for you, but they had to see you not quit. They had to see you put work into it. They had to see you throw your back out to it. They had to see you get stressed out and then run around in it, but you was already in it because I formed it and developed it for me to close it, but they had to see it. You got to know if it's open. It's open for people to see it. I'm not concerned about folks seeing our miss-ups or mess-ups. See, because we open enough that we can be exposed enough that we don't hide in closets nor behind closed doors. It said when God blesses you, he blesses you so everybody can see it. It says livestock, and I'm done. Livestock was merchandise. I think so. It says that he took animal skins and covered them. So they were able to not be naked, so they found value in themselves because they were covered. But all the animals on the earth were being killed by the flood. But Noah holds all the coats in the boat. You got to know that you're covered in this season. It don't matter what they say on the outside. We got covering on the inside. It don't matter if they come and invest in it. Know that we are already invested, that we're coated on the inside. You got to know that God will put furs in the closet and gas in the car. He'll put the cash in the bank, and then he'll put somebody over it who can cover and watch it, prove it. Preacher, get your sons and your daughters. And the accountant would be the wife. You got to know that while you are on assignment, that he's got it covered. You got to know that it's covered. And when you ever find yourself in a doubtful place where you're going through the wind and the waves of it, a little turbulence while you're riding the flood, you got to know that God closed it. It's closed. That's to somebody renting, moving into ownership. You ain't got to wait on the bank. God is going to close it. That says what? Waiting for somebody to approve you for something. It was impossible because God had to close it. That's for people that know you got to close on the house. That's for folk to know that the garage door closes behind your brand new truck. That's the folk know that when you walk into the store, you swipe the card, the account is closed because it's paid in full. You got to know that if everything that comes in the house is paid and closed, it's already closed good. It's already closed on. It's already closed too. Talking about the relationship closed to being any open out there, influencing. Kids are closed in their right mind. That you wake up clothed in your right mind. The bank account has been closed at the end of business day with $1 million in there and ready to deposit more. You got to know it's closing. God is closing the deal. And then I realized this, and I'm not. Well, you stalled for 50 minutes, so. But thank you for staying, though.
You're welcome.
Hear this now. For 40 days, 40 nights, Noah is quarantined with his wife. Listen to me. If this doesn't speak to relationships, I don't know what will. For 40 days, 40 nights, they're in the rain of it, the flood of it. They got animals talking to them in the background. They got the kids screaming and on their nerves, and they cannot escape. This is not coronavirus. This is God quarantining them to save them, and they never kill each other. They never get into argument. They never get into a fight. You are purposed to be here, not because of the flood of the world, but because of the favor that's in the marriage. You're able to walk out of it because God determined that you weather the storm in it. But he needed her and she needed him. So I'm speaking to anybody in a relationship that the last 40 may have been rough, but the next 40 are going to be tougher. That rough made you tougher to be able to deal with it with patience, to deal with it and speak out of love, be able to deal with it and walk out of it both alive, healthy, loving each other, and more determined that we gonna make it through this. Prove it, preacher. Never again will I destroy it, but I'm gonna fulfill it, and the sign of it is the rainbow. You're walking into your sunny season. No, you can receive that. I'm walking. We're walking into our sunny season.
Yes.
We're walking into our more colorful season. We're not stuck inside. We're going out. We're not confined to a house that we're traveling together.
Oh, yeah.
That we're able to love and feel it. Love and be sure of it. I'm thankful that the flood water stopped. But the favor never did. I'm done. That's it. I'm done. That's it. I'm done, but God is not.
And now let's do devotion.
Okay.